Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
All right, and we are live. What is up, crew? It's Tuesday, June 21st. I'm sorry we are late today. Little different circumstances. I'm actually traveling vacation with the fam at the beach, so I'm gonna be at a beach house all week. So not gonna have the same setup or anything like that, but figured we go through each slate and just give our favorite plays and do the best we can with what we got here. But back at it full strength next week when I get back from vacation. But, still chop it up with the fam, even though I'm on vacation with the family. So always here. How we doing today, Eric? Good to see you, man.
Doing well, man. I'm glad to see you're doing well with the family. You guys taking it easy. I see that sun beaming through behind you, so it's obviously a nice day out.
Oh, yeah. For sure, man. It's hot. I'm not used to this kind of humidity, man. It's different environment out here in the East Coast.
Oh yeah, I'm from Alabama, so I know that humidity. I don't miss it.
But I guess I just missed the heat wave, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Glad you guys are enjoying yourselves.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So I'm sure you had time to chop it up with the crew on your place. So probably let you go through a lot of those first. I went through it somewhat on the beach. I was going through some of the plays and what I liked, and I'll give some of those. I mainly focused on the two late games. So, yeah, we'll let you start off because the first game is about 3 hours apart from the last three games. So, big gap there. So I don't know if you want to play like a single card for just a single game, early game, and then spread it out, or how you want to do that. But the first game is the Dallas at Atlanta. 3.5-point spread, favorite Dallas. Somewhat of a decent spread, 163. I think it's the lowest on the slate. It's tied with the last game, Washington and Sparks. So, but it's got a pretty healthy spread at 3.5. But Atlanta is at home, and we know they play much better at home. So what are your early leans on that game?
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting rematch here for both teams. They opened the season with Atlanta at Dallas, and it was honestly just a disaster on both sides. We haven't really seen either of these teams perform as poorly that they did that first game. So for me personally, I'm going to goldfish that, just pretend that it didn't happen. There is a lot of news mostly coming out of Atlanta here. They are essentially going to be down to six, maybe seven players tonight. Let's see. So Coffee is going to be out. Vaughn, Wallace, and Wheeler are all going to be out for this one.
Jeez.
So yeah. So essentially for the starters, we're just going to have Parker and Wren leading off for us. And then we're getting now McDonald more recently, but we're expecting at least Billings to slide into one of those of the five starters. Not really sure who the last person is going to be. They had Nas and Asia as kind of secondary options, but that could be their entire roster tonight. So there's a lot of news that we're waiting around, more or less just to see the starting lineup. But I do like this game. Honestly, it's got a low point spread total. With Dallas, they're getting a pace up matchup here from Atlanta. Dallas is ninth ranked in pace, and Atlanta, they moved down a little bit now with this new look offense, but they are still ranked third in pace. And their offensive efficiency for Atlanta has dipped down a little bit, but that's mostly just due to a lot of the personnel changes here. And with this being a home game, we know Atlanta likes to show out. For some of the pieces, I would say on Atlanta that are really standing out for me tonight, definitely going to be our bigs here. We know we like to attack Dallas's front court
Yeah.
with sizable and playmaking bigs. So both between Cheyenne Parker and Billings
Yeah.
tonight, I like their rebounding or their fantasy prop.
Same.
In particular, I love Billings' first half fantasy score. They really didn't adjust it for what she's going to be doing tonight, and just for the season coming off, she's essentially skirted right around that 8.5 marker all year, and that's without the minutes boost that she's going to get tonight. So for me personally, I love that she's going to be on the floor for almost the entire first quarter, if not the entire second quarter for sure, going into half. And Atlanta doesn't have. I'm not going to say they don't have any reason to throw this game, but they have no body to throw it to. So there is no like plan B. They only have these players to work with, and
Right.
that's it. So you could
So
take it. Or yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna throw a question out to you in case people out there had it. If you had to choose, would you go with Billings' first half fantasy or full game fantasy, or would you go her rebounds? Because what stood out to me first was the rebounds, but just because that's probably her specialty. But I get it with the fantasy being at what it is with the first half and probably the amount of minutes, like you said, she's gonna pick up.
Yeah, it really just depends, I guess, on if you're playing this as a standalone game, or if you're going to pair this with or spread it out throughout your cards throughout the night. The rebounding is definitely a safe play. Her history versus them has just been insane. I think she had one game in the last 4 years that she had 5 rebounds, but every other game it's been essentially a double double. So
Yeah.
again, with the lack of personnel here, if you have been burned by first half props here tonight, I won't fault you. But this is definitely the safest play from Atlanta tonight. I feel is her rebounding prop at 6. Like
I,
that should
I,
be.
I yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Um, would you build a card with her 6 rebounds and then maybe go fantasy with Cheyenne, or were you thinking real points for Cheyenne?
No, I like the fantasy here. We're gonna have a real scrappy down low matchup. Um, if they had Satu in for Dallas tonight, she'll also be out. So this is kind of a eerily similar matchup that we had to the beginning of the year here. And with Parker, they actually gave us her stocks at 2, and I found that as an interesting play here today. Some of the front court pieces and Enrique alike all have turnover prone, so you could get, she could just fall into an extra stock here or there. But her scoring, like the raw points, have been a little up and down this year. but her stock and defensive skills have been a centerpiece for Atlanta. So I want to bank on that. And if you're going to go for the full game props, probably just her fantasy score is going to be a safer play.
I agree. So I'll just make a new list for us. Pretty much everything fantasy rebound for Cheyenne and Billings.
I would say the only reason I don't like Cheyenne's rebounding over, or in particular, because I like Billings' rebound so much more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's her forte for sure.
Mhm.
I'm totally with you. And was there anyone else in Atlanta that stood out to you? I just have no idea how this is going to play out with these other replacement pieces because I haven't really watched film on them, so I don't want to try to predict anything without any backbone or data on it.
Yeah, I know some of the guys behind the scenes. We were a little bit on Nas Howman. Just kind of a question mark just to see if she's going to be starting or is she going to be coming off the bench.
It
We're
is a
really
low,
not sure.
yeah, low line score for sure. 13.5 fantasy.
And she's going to slot in as a big here for us. So game theory, tack it with the bigs. This falls right in line with it.
I like it. I mean, if you're feeling lucky, I mean, we should. The nice thing is that this is the first game, so we should get. I mean, although we've seen starting lineups come out 10 minutes before tip off, so nothing's guaranteed. But we should get it sometime before lock. So I would just keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, she's going to come off the bench and fill in for one of the two bigs that are on the starting unit. And either way, still going to get some kind of a deep run, probably late first quarter, heavy in the second.
Sorry, I had the kids making a ton of noise, dude. Okay. All right, so I'll mark that down. And then we can move on to Dallas.
Yeah.
It's a tough matchup for Dallas, but
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for Dallas here. But I feel like this is going to be a completely new look from Atlanta here, that we shouldn't take their past defense from the start of the season too much into consideration.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially like the perimeter defense is pretty much decimated with all of those players out, Wheeler and
yeah,
Coffee.
Especially with Wheeler, seeing McDonald now in the starting unit. She's a fantastic player, no doubt, but she is so short and not the greatest defender.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. I mean, I guess that leaves Enrique is always a play, right? So
if you're feeling her tonight, for me personally, I'm gonna fade most of her props except for her turnover. They have it at 2 or 2.5, and this defensive matchup, they really focused in on being able to either shadow or have some kind of a trailing partner to come over and double team her, and they met her at the 3-point line the majority of the time. So just a couple thoughts there. It's going to be a risky play. She's going to have Ren on her for most of the night.
Yeah. And then what about Gray? I know Gray and Thornton burned a lot of us on Friday night. Do you think they get a rebound boost or a rebound downgrade now if Billings plays more minutes? Because how good of a rebounder she is. I mean, Atlanta already was like probably they were ranked number 1 rebound percentage normally.
Yeah, I don't think it's honestly going to affect much on the side of Dallas here. With Satu being out of the lineup, we've seen flat rebounding across the board. We did have a few spike games here and there for, say, like Thornton and Harrison. But with Satu off the floor, as far as rebounding props, I could see Harrison or I could see Thornton tonight just because PrizePicks has over adjusted and bumped her all the way down to 5.5. You could go there. But one of my favorite rebounding props from Dallas would have to be Gray. I believe she had 4.5 or 5.5. Yeah, she really was a stud in this first matchup, and honestly, just her play style and the drive to try and get offensive putbacks has really boosted her rebounding opportunity. And I think with how they're going to shadow Enrique for this game, and the way that Atlanta's defensive scheme plays out, cobble that all together with how the teams shoot the three ball here, we're going to see a few extra opportunities here. And I really like her rebounding prop.
I'm with you. I played that last couple games and definitely has come through. She's been way aggressive on the glass, so I can get behind that. Oh, jeez, man.
I'll talk for a second. So I'll say for Thornton, one of the props that I've actually been hammering in is her first half fantasy score. They only have really slightly adjusted it. They only moved it up to 11 right now. And you're getting a small tax from the full game fantasy score, but she has been in a little bit of foul trouble, kind of, leading into half or leading towards the latter half of the third quarter here. So she's losing out on a little bit of production here. But for me personally, the front court matchup, I like it here. She looked really good in the first game. And now with having Coffee out, Coffee was the main person who was giving her trouble from the first game. Her first half fantasy score at 11, I think, is still just a smash here. And she's actually had much better home road splits too.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that one. Her first half PRA or fantasy, she's been super productive in the first half for sure. Yeah, I think a lot of times she'll play like the entire first quarter, and she can get it done in just the first quarter. So
yeah, exactly. And she did last game.
Okay, yeah. So I like that. That's probably the one I like the most with Gray's rebounds for Dallas. And then we could probably just move on to the next one, honestly.
I'll give a quick shout out to Mabry. I think her real points at 14.5 are definitely still in play today. She was one of the main reasons that Dallas was even in the game to begin with. And now that we've seen Mabry come back to the starting unit, at least while she is with the starters, her ability to expose good 3-point shots versus Atlanta was, I mean, perfect. She was picking them apart. Excuse me. She was picking them apart with that. And on the inside, being able to establish the pick and roll with Thornton there was just insane. And she had a lot of backdoor cuts for a few extra points too.
All right, I got it marked. I like it. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep creating a new list for us here for our ongoing list. It's kind of makeshift, so it's now time to update our spreadsheets. So the next game.
Do you want to get caught up on chat real fast?
Yeah. Sorry, let's do that. Yeah. Oops.
I know a lot of folks are interested or going to be really high on this first game tonight.
Oh, because of Atlanta being so decimated.
Yeah, and them at home, just setting up a perfect storm for them.
Right. Yeah, because if they're on the road, there would be like a huge spread probably.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, let's kind of jump on chat. Sorry, I'm like sharing screens without a dual monitor, so you're gonna see the chat.
Hey, you're beasting it out, man.
I'm cutting out.
No, you're beasting it out. You're doing awesome.
All right, thanks. All right, Mike said let's go. Mike's always first. Let us see here, Mike. Randy, let's go. What's up, Randy? Skimmer, you're underrated world. Hit the like button, everybody. Appreciate that. Underrated. I'll have the song done by the end of the week for the show. Perfect timing, underrated, because like I said, I'm gonna be gone on vacation all this week. And we'll hit up streams for the big slates this week and then back at it in full next week. Cowboy said, let's go hunting. Let's get it. Io, what's up, Io? I'm just waiting for the beat to drop so I can twerk. Let's do it. Amber said, y'all. Julian, let's get it. What's up, Julian? Cowboy, what's up, fam? What's good, fam? Let's get hunting everyday fantasy. What's up, everyday? Emerson, I didn't hit the challenges today. Didn't realize it was until 9 a.m. to get the slips in today. I didn't read the fine print. I forgot about the challenges. But thank you for reminding me. Today's Taco Tuesday, right? Do we have a determined taco?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Hamby points.
Okay. I made some hasty cards already. Skimmer said I probably mucked them up. Should have been patient for the hunt. It's all good. Plenty of games. Plenty of games. Emerson said, "Oh wait, tonight's Cotton." Hello, Jeffrey said. Emerson said, "So till 9 here, we can get some 2 picks in for tomorrow as well. Thanks. I played a taco and NRFI both ways. If taco hits, I hit. Nice, Mike." Matt said, "Favorite MLB play for Challenge 8. Gunn should be dropping his MLB favorite plays in the free Discord. If you're not a member, definitely hit the link below. Gunn usually puts his favorite MLB plays, and they're always really solid fire plays. So
Yep, they hit for me yesterday. Just
yeah,
made a couple 2 picks.
he's a beast at MLB. That's his specialty, man. Gunn said it's 18 likes before going live. Yeah, sorry we were late, guys. Again, I'm sorry. Are those real hands or cheeks clapping in the song, bro? Emerson said. He's talking about the intro song. Hey, man, leave it to your imagination. Let you determine that inside your head. Franklin said, "Here we go." Corey said, "Let's get it." I said, "I'm ready." What's up, fellas? Excited for this slate? Jason said, "Let's get it." Yeah, let's do it. Lorenzo said, "You look like a real professor now." Yeah, man, I got the beach hair going. No hat, all salt. What's up, guys? East side. Play production said, "What beach are you at?" Carolina Beach. So yeah, wherever that is. Never seen Josh without a hat on. I used to rock it earlier in the NBA season with Gunn, and he started calling me mad scientist because of it. So then I just rocked the hat. What are the locks? Julian said. We're going through each game. We're putting our favorite targets from each game, and then we'll build a favorite card at the end. Lorenzo said, "Best prop show in the biz." Appreciate it, Lorenzo. Cowboy said, "Ren fantasy." You always ask about some Ren. That's your girl now, huh? Agita said, "Miss Parker #1." What's up, Agita? Okay. I think we're pretty caught up.
Yep.
Julian said Asia Wilson projected for 47 fantasy score. Yeah, I mean she's a beast. Doesn't surprise me. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. So we got Chicago at Las Vegas. Yeah, 8-point spread, but a huge implied total of 176. So probably want some exposure to this one. What is the key news since I'm getting caught up on the news? What are the key injury in and outs?
So we'll have Candace Parker back in tonight. That's really just the main thing for this game. Vegas looks like everybody's good to go there.
Okay. So why is the spread so big? That's huge.
Probably just with Vegas being at home, number one ranked offense, first in pace. Um, I don't know why it's quite so big. Maybe they're having some concern about Parker here, but these are two postseason competitive teams, and have played quite often throughout the last few years. So, not really sure why it's quite so large, but I do expect this to be a really good game. This is honestly one of my favorite for the night slate.
Yeah, for sure. And we got our favorite girl who we tweeted out at. I didn't even check my Twitter to get a response. But Kelsey Plum, we tried to get a shout out from her for the channel, because yeah, she's our favorite for many reasons. But let's see what what did they put her props at? Because she's just been crushing it, man. She's been like the most steady, I feel like, scoring wise in the league.
Yeah, just doing it all for her team.
Yeah, 19.5. And still get behind it. It's Kelsey Plum, man. Do you like her PRA more or her real points?
You could consider the PRA. I think for her now, with her lines being so high, the points under 20 is still definitely in play.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind actually her assists. See your highlight in there.
Yeah.
In this matchup, both her and Gray had one of their kind of spike assist games to open the season, and they played a reasonable defense on Plum, but as good as you can really play on her. But she is able just to create so many of her own shots, and I think her points are still live pretty much any given night under 20.
Sure.
But I will caution, I think that Jackie Young is going to look more 100% tonight than she did the last two
Yeah.
games. She was terrible that first game, just no excuse there. But this last game, she started to heat up a little bit towards the end of the second quarter, and then the second half, she was really efficient in scoring and was getting most of the rebounds. She out rebounded Gray 3-1 there. So I feel like she's definitely going to cut into Plum sooner than later. I was expecting it this last game, but now I'm anticipating it for this game. So that 19 and a half points is a little high.
Yeah,
The PRA I think is way too high for her now.
it is. It's super high. Yeah, definitely in terms of WNBA production, full game. I'm with you on that. Actually, I kind of had this lean on the assists because I remember Jackie Young coming back into form, and I'm glad you pointed out because I clicked on it. I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, maybe you should mention that. So I mean, it's a strong correlation if you want to pair her assists with one of these other players, key players like Jackie, or if you wanted to go Wilson too.
Yeah,
And I
definitely.
guess Hamby's gonna be the taco, so you could even pair. Makes sense to pair fan favorite Plum's assist with her taco points. So definitely get behind that. So yeah, we won't get into Hamby since she's already a taco. I assume like all the fans and crew out there like her today. Yeah, so let's talk about Asia Wilson's fantasy has gotten up there, but for very good reason.
Yeah.
That's what in my opinion, what Brianna Stewart's fantasy should be at, and they just keep keeping her at like 35. And I understand recently she's fallen short of that, but just the ceiling and potential for her is also there. But yeah, I mean, Asia Wilson, she's just a glass machine and block machine, so totally get it. Do you have any lean for her?
Yeah, even though it is a high bar, I still do like her fantasy score just because this is going to be a fairly tough matchup down low, but tough in the sense that there's a lot of stock opportunity for not only both sides of the ball, but definitely for her. She's a very efficient scorer. Is going to be, kind of a veteran on veteran matchup here. So I don't think she'll be able to outwit Parker on the other side too often, but the physicality that she brings to the team here is very overlooked, especially with how well Plum has been playing as of late. And I think that Price Pick saw that the other night. I believe during the weekend or right before the weekend, when a lot of folks were fairly high on her, and she just erupted in the first half. And especially for Vegas being at home tonight with this, I wouldn't say pace up matchup, but in general, this will be a very high pace game. She could easily get a lot of, e- at least in line for a double double tonight, if not higher.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I get behind that. And yeah, like her rebounds are always live. How good she is in the glass, but it's right there. Probably just want compass everything with the fantasy. Okay, so main targets would be Hamby's taco, Wilson's fantasy, Plum's assist, and then did you trust Jackie being back, or do you want to see her at least have one good game before jumping on her points before they get inflated?
Yeah, I still would like to see one more good game from
Yeah,
her, but I will shout out her 3.5 rebounds. I think that's
yeah.
definitely in play here. We were breaking down the play-by-play from the last two games here, and the first half she was score first, rebound second, took the most shot opportunities, and only grabbed one rebound. But in the latter half, where she actually performed way better overall, she did less scoring, but the scoring was efficient, and her rebounding, she picked up 3 rebounds in the second half. So I'm hoping to see that second half performance carry over to her full game here. And just being a really low bar, both sides of the ball are going to chuck a lot of threes. So she could even just fall into a 4 or 5 here.
Okay, I was gonna suggest either her or Chelsea Gray's rebounds too. So, um, yeah, I think either
Y-
one.
Yeah, just kind of going with that game theory here that I would expect to see Gray start shooting the ball more
Yeah.
efficiently, and for Young to be her more aggressive on the glass self that we saw to open the year before this injury.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'll mark Young ahead of her for rebounds. Okay, and then Chicago side. I mean, it's a tough. I mean, really, there's no like strong points to attack Las Vegas and like weakness or holes. I feel like there's all around good team. One of the top three teams. So what do you think? I mean, is Candace always live in this type of competitive matchups, playoff type of a game?
Oh, absolutely. And I think for us, the only question mark is just going to be, is she back to 100% and we get her normal
Right.
minutes rotation? But her history in this matchup is pretty good. Fairly good scorer, but works the glass a lot. She's very creative on how she gets out of being boxed out and how she helps set boxing Asia and basically Asia and Hamby out of the square. So I think her rebounds, especially at a flat seven, um, that's going to be very live for us. Or you could even take a shot on her PRA, even kind of a low bar.
Okay.
My only problem with Chicago tonight is they're coming off of just some, obviously Candace being out, but a lot of the players smashing their previous props, and now a lot of them essentially outside of Parker herself and Stevens, a lot of them were juiced from the last 3 to 4 games. Yep. You good? All right, so we'll talk for a second. Um, a few shout outs, I guess I'll have.
Relocating. Sorry, had to
No,
relocate.
no, no, you're good. You're good. A few of the shout outs that, I'll say for Chicago, you could consider for Vandersloot, her 3.5 rebounds, since we mentioned, there's going to be a lot of threes put up in this game. But also for Stevens as well. If you don't think that Parker is going to be back to 100% today, then obviously they're going to split the minutes between her and Stevens. And PrizePicks over adjusted Stevens' PRA and her fantasy score, so that could be a possible thing to exploit.
Okay. So wait, you're saying for Vandersloot?
For Vandersloot, I liked her rebounding still at 3.5. It's a
I was
really
just saying,
low
like,
bar.
what do you think about under on her points? Like now that Candace is back, too
You could
risky.
probably, yeah, you could probably go there. We've seen that usage for points and potential shooting really go down while Candace is on the floor with the starting unit.
I was relocating. Who were you talking about prior to that when you talking about PRA before we talked about Bandy's rebound?
I was talking about Azure Stevens.
Okay.
Yeah, Price Peaks kind of over adjusted and they bumped her all the way back down to 12.5 for that.
Okay. All right, makes sense. All right. Any others before we move on? Because I don't have a strong lean on Chicago. I'm worried about the spread too. I don't know what Vegas thinks of Vegas strongly. So
Yeah, this for me today, for the most part, most of Chicago is kind of gray or kind of orange and red. There's
yeah.
only a few things, and even those are coming with a question mark.
Okay. Well, this game. Okay, we're leaving soon.
No, I need help. 'Cause I have to get in the shower, and Caroline needs help getting a room set up.
Okay,
Are you done?
we're almost done.
Can you cut it short?
Yeah. All right, I got to run soon, so let's wrap it
No, we
up.
gotta run now.
Okay. All right. I'm on the last game right now. All right. Yeah. So I'm only gonna be able to do this game. Sorry, guys. I gotta run.
No, you're good.
Are there-
If you want to kind of lead off for this, I mean, I can talk real fast and hit on both the next 2 games.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, he cannot
Okay.
sit up there.
Yeah, so for our next game, we have Minnesota at Phoenix. Phoenix at home this year has definitely performed way better than they do on the road. There's a few notable things, mostly just coming out of Minnesota here. We've seen they've kind of shifted around their starting unit here. Now we have McBride, Jefferson, I believe Power started, and then Dantas and Milik. We might see a few personnel changes here. They did have one of their centers clear to return, but we're waiting to find out if she's actually with the team because they've been on the road for the last couple days. So that could be a little question mark there for some of the personnel changes. But for Phoenix side of the ball, there were a few notes that I did like today. Let me just bring those up real fast. Tina Charles, I'll give her a quick shout out for her either real points at 18.5 or her fantasy score at 35.5. She's got some serious size on a lot of these players versus Minnesota. And we've seen that the offense for Phoenix has really tried to work her back into the rotation. That's been something that's really lackluster, but her points, I think, are pretty live for any given night under 20. And versus this not only soft matchup on defense, but they're going to have a pace up spot here from Minnesota with this new look offense. I think she's just going to absolutely dominate them up front tonight. You could take a few shots on some of the, the usual pieces here. Diamond, her props are getting a little bit adjusted. If you're going to go there, I would say probably her PRA at 20 or even her rebounding at 3.5 could be reasonable plays. Brianna Turner, that's roll of the dice. She's been shooting the ball more lately, but she's only cleared this 6 real points. I think 4 or 5 times this whole season. So it's kind of a risky situation there, but this team has some adjusted props all in all. You could go to Diana Taurasi here. Her 4.5 assists is always going to be in play, or even her PRA if you think that her scoring is going to be on point. But for most of this Phoenix team, I'm not going to go too heavy on. I do like a few of their first half props. I'll say Diamond's first half PRA is still in play. It's under 12, so I'll probably go back there for a few shares. You got any thoughts from this?
I like Phoenix a lot, being that they have been, like I said earlier in the past streams, that they've been playing really hard teams, and they haven't gotten to play Indiana or Minnesota.
Yeah. But let me talk.
Oh yeah, you go ahead. What's your take?
I just like basketball.
You just like basketball?
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
that's what we love. So I'm with you on Diamond. I'd like Skylar even with the juice. So I think them playing easier teams like Indiana and Minnesota recently. Yeah, I want an exposure to them because I'm coming off of such a hard schedule and playing easier teams like this. I think they can definitely thrive. And yeah, and they're at home and they play better at home. I don't know if you've already said that or not, but I definitely have confidence in them in this matchup. What do they have Tarasi's assist at?
It's still at 4.5.
Yeah, I like that. I like pairing that with Skylar or Diamond for sure. So I can get behind that.
Yeah, and then so for Minnesota, just a quick shout out. Even with some of the possible personnel changes, I still do like Milik, her 5.5 rebounds, and for Shepard, I think her fantasy score at 22.5, whether she's starting or coming off the bench, I think that's definitely in play for her today. And last shout out for Jefferson. I'm not sure if I want her real points at 10.5 or her fantasy score, but the pick and roll that her and Milik have now is so nasty, and they actually have a kind of a trio here between Milik, Jefferson, and McBride for the starting unit, and then whenever Shepard comes in, they run a double pick and roll between Shepard, Milik, and any of the 2 choice guards. So any of those players are definitely going to be alive today.
Okay. Do you want to move on to the next one, and then we can do our team card, and then I got to run.
Yeah, we can scoot on.
Hey, thanks.
We'll be sure to
I'm
chop
on
it up.
babysitting right now, so I'm gonna keep letting you take over. I told you what it means.
All right.
What is this?
So our next game, we have Washington at Los Angeles playing the Sparks. Let me bring them up real quick. So it looks like they did finally give us the rest of Washington, or at least they gave us Maisha. Her rebounding is at 6. Seems a little high for her. But for Washington side of things, we are basically getting a pace down matchup on both sides of the ball here. Washington, fairly good defensive unit, reasonable offensive unit, a little less without Donnie playing tonight. So she's going to be out for them again as expected, dealing with her back problem. And for the Sparks, it looks like we have most of the starters. Yeah, everyone's good to go on that side. So we'll have the usual starting 5. We did see Christy Tolliver slide into the starting unit this last time. So that's something to just kind of keep a note in the back of your head for. For Washington today, a few of the pieces that I did like, you could go to Ariel Atkins on her real points. She's just been really disappointing, honestly, over the last month in being able to score, and we've seen some of that slip away to some of the other pieces like Clark here, or even Cloud picking up a lot in the real points category. So you could go there if you had, strong feeling in the gut, but I actually really liked her 3.5 rebounds. I think that's a really strong play. She kind of plays more as a forward than as a 3-point guard whenever the Dawn is not playing. And you could always go to Cloud here for her 6.5 assists. Her typical season average is right around 7. So if you got a feeling about that, or just want to throw a blanket over the real points and her assist category, you could go with a fantasy score and get a few stock options as well. The last piece I wanted to shout out, though, was going to be Alicia Clark. Her either 4.5 rebounds, or if you wanted to just piece it all together, her 14.5 PRA. I think one of those two are very much in play. We've been really attacking the Sparks on some of the forwards and some of the scoring bigs that have more given opportunity. So this sets up for a perfect storm between either Clark here, or you could go to Maisha, her real points, but they have her lines adjusted for the last few spike games that she had when the Dawn was out. So I don't have a really good feeling about that. um, but I do like Clark or some combination of Cloud and Atkins here. No strong feelings on Shakira. She's going to have a pretty tough matchup against Cambridge here. And just to hit on the Sparks for a second here, we saw last game finally Coach play Cambridge real minutes. She came in, played her normal rotation, and actually checked back in, I believe, 2 or 3 other times in the first quarter just alone. So we had a pretty normal run for her. She did get into foul trouble, so that took some of her minutes away. She ended up only playing 22 minutes there, but still cleared our total game fantasy score. So for me, I want to go right back to that today. I think 26.5 is an extremely low bar. I personally, I think she's going to go for 35 plus tonight in this reasonable matchup and without honestly much resistance from Washington on the other side here. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't keen on Shakira due to the matchup with Big Liz. So, but yeah, I mean, Ariel Atkins, you brought up a good point. Like she was tearing it up early in the season, even with Donnie playing, and yeah, she's just not getting there with her points. So she's definitely due for a bounce back spot. I just don't know about it being on a traveling all over the West Coast. I'm unsure. East Coast, West Coast travel, maybe. But yeah, Cloud has been super effective in picking up a lot of the offensive scoring, like you said, with Donnie out. So I could consider her 10.5 points for sure. Okay. And then do we want to go to the Sparks to close it out?
Yeah. I mean, I hit on that team for the most part, unless you have some.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I must have been talking to the wife.
No, you're good. You're good.
Why did you give me Dallas for LAS?
LOS.
So what would your take on Liz? I was curious about that.
Yeah, I like Cambridge today. I love her fantasy score at 26.5, and you could consider her rebounding, but
that's what I was considering fantasy too.
Yeah, I think that's one of the smash plays today. We're gonna see a big bounce back game.
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's build a team card then. Sure, everyone's waiting for, and I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Liz there. We'll go ahead and put her up.
I would have taken it if you didn't, so I like it. Hey man, you gotta chill, bro. Like, all right, chill. All right. And my go, I'm gonna go. Hey, no, get down. Come here. I'm almost done. I'm gonna go with let me go with Plum's 5.5 assists, so we can pair it with the Taco and Wilson if people play Wilson.
Okay, I like it.
I also like her points too, but I just want to expose her to Plum somehow. It's a girl.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess for next one, we'll go with Billings and her 6 rebounds.
Yeah, I figured you'd do that one, so save that one. Crew was all over that too, and I like it. I mean, that's her specialty. Love it. So this last one, we go Cheyenne Parker. I don't know if it's too much negative correlation there. We went with her fantasy, but probably want to go with some Phoenix player here because I like the matchup for sure. Being at home, I'm gonna say Tarasi's 4.5 assists or Diamond's PR. What do you think? What was your favorite target from Phoenix?
I was leaning a little bit more to Tina Charles, probably her real points. Just because we've seen her being worked back into the offense so much.
She's killing it on offense for sure. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, they just really juiced her.
We could go with the Tarasi assist. She likes to show out, and the team finally has had some rest. They were, playing those intense road games there for a while.
I'm gonna go with Deannasaur.
All right.
The Deannasaur. Come on, guys. We got it. It's gonna wake up, man. Let's get it. All right, and then fifth one. Which one do we miss that we wanted to definitely include as we get in there as the flex, in case people don't want to play the Deannasaur.
Did you want to play this with the Hamby Taco, or is this without it?
Without it, or people just take pieces of this and sub in the taco into it if they want.
Okay. Well, I'll shout out then Thornton's first half fantasy.
Oh, I knew. See, I knew there was one that we talked about. That we were missing, that we definitely wanted to include, and that was it for sure. Yeah. That was it. I like it. I'm kind of scared. I went with assists, and I normally don't do that. I feel really confident on Deannasaur's 4.5 assists, but maybe Plum's. I don't know.
Well, if you have an option for the taco, you could sub her out for that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. You just go with this and just sub in the taco, but I feel pretty good about that.
yeah, or you could even, if you wanted to go for a second piece from Atlanta with him being so shorthanded today, that would not be a bad option.
The Nas or Cheyenne.
Yeah, I think Cheyenne, man, she just
Yeah.
the 26 is so low for her, and she
Yeah.
should play probably at least 35 minutes tonight, if not more.
Yeah, let's do that. I was gonna say because that was what I was originally gonna say, and then I switched to Plum. All right, cool. Close out with you, Chad. I gotta run. Yeah, Skylar. I like Skylar a lot tonight too. Cowboy said. Oh, God. Sorry, guys, man. This has been really rough for me, but
we got through it.
To you. I'm out here on vacation, still pumping out content. I know it's not top-notch content, but Eric, I appreciate you picking up the slack, man, on the host side of things. And yeah, I mean, probably be better when I pick a better time of the day and not one where kids are wilding out. But appreciate you guys being patient. It's better than just like shutting me not doing anything for the entire week. So figure you guys want something.
Hey, I definitely appreciate it, man.
Good. Yeah, so yeah, like Vince and Eric said, I think they'll chop things on the Discord, share what they research, and pump that out, and get everyone on the same page before lock. We got an hour before lock, plenty of time, so it's good that we're finishing early.
And then 3 hours.
It's a what? It's an hour, right?
Oh, yeah, we have an hour for this first game, and then we have 3 hour gap between.
Yeah, 3 hours for the other three. Yeah. That's a good point. Cowboys said, like me some dim plums. Plums is where it's at, man. Diggin Smith fantasy, yeah, man. I didn't put her as mentioned on here, but I like her a lot. I think her and Diamond, all of them can go off. And Tina, like we mentioned, but in order to capture all that, I'm thinking that Deanna Sawyer just dishes it out to all of them, and if they all pick up scoring, maybe the Dino is contributing to a lot of that. That was my line of thinking. Sato out equals game canceled. Are you guys gonna post some cards in the member channel as well? Yeah, I took a screenshot of this. I'll post this one in there, and then maybe Eric and others will post some of theirs in Discord. To be honest, I'm probably just gonna play this team card because I'm running out of time. We're heading out, so for the rest of the day. But I hope you guys crush it, man. I hope you guys get it. Want to see those screenshots later, and get back tonight. And yeah, I'm gonna be keeping track of things on the box score and trying to watch some of the games tomorrow when I can. And what's the schedule for this week in terms of the WNBA?
Yeah, so it's a pretty packed week, honestly. Tomorrow we
great.
have just one. Yeah, tomorrow we have one game, so we get a light day there. But Thursday, when we've had 0 and 1 games, we actually have a 4 game. So pretty big Thursday.
Okay.
And then
So
Friday.
Thursday, since that starts later, might want to try to get that. Let's try to do that at 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's a better time for me.
Yeah, that's been kind of my off day. It's usually when my wife is off.
Oh, okay.
So if we can stream sooner than later, that would definitely work out.
Okay, yeah, let's try to do that. Let's try to do No, that's when Gun streams. Sorry, I'm mixing up time zones. 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's 11 for me. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's shoot for that, and then the other days we'll see. For the 1 game slates, we'll see if we do anything, but we'll definitely pump out content in our rankings on those days. There's just 1 game. All right, hey Eric, I really appreciate it, man. I hope you guys absolutely crush it tonight. Get that cash. Let's keep robbing PrizePicks like we're Robin Hood crew, and yeah, let's keep doing it, man. Feel these summer vibes. I'm out, man. I hope you guys the best.
All right, dude, take it easy.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
All right, I'll see you later, man.
Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.